directive very faintly.
Alrighty, thank you guys for joining us again here for our second matchup. And we've got the men's basketball team, and we have Mohawk against Redeemer again. And after that first game here, the women's game, it was a hard-fought battle, but the women, Mohawk, definitely ended up pulling it out at the very end. High-scoring game, and looks like we're going to have no short of a high-pressure and high-intensity game in the men's game tonight, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're already seeing just amazing plays by both teams and just a lot of aggression.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of speed tonight. And here we have Lara Casting, who's got the ball, and he's got a three-pointer, and he's up with it, and it just bounces off the rim. Daniel Graham moves in with a heavy move, but ends up good defense by Redeemer, who ends up getting the rebound after that one. And Redeemer's the first to score tonight. Martin up top, who ends up giving it back to Kalura, who gets it down low, and Mohawk answers back with a two-pointer themselves. Getting it down low to Vanderpool, who dishes it out. Good defense by Mohawk this time. Excellent defense by Mohawk that time, but they end up giving the ball back to Redeemer as it went out of bounds on them. So we have Lara Caston up with it at the top, moving it back to Nick Green. Holds it at the top, very few seconds left on the clock.
3 seconds on the shot clock.
Great defense again here by Mohawk, and a late shot clock shot by number 22, Spencer Kersey's. And an outside three-point shot. It's up and it's off. We have Brown, and then over to Vanderpool from the outside, who takes the shot. Redeemer gets the rebound back. Another offensive rebound for them there. Malajan takes the shot, but it goes off the rim, and Redeemer is back up with it down the court. Goes all the way down to Lara Caston, who gets fouled underneath the basket, and he will go to the line for two.
Great speed by Lara Caston.
Already a whirlwind of a match tonight.
Absolutely. Where you just got to give it up to number 10, Miles, for just being able to use that size and hold him down.
Yep.
Hey, I haven't seen our game plan yet at all.
Lara Caston with the first free throw, and it's good. Awesome. Giving an early lead to the Royals here tonight. And if it's any indication from our last game in the women's match, I'm sure this game's going to have loads of lead changes just like the last one, too.
Absolutely.
And we have Graham moving fast up the court. High pressure by Laura Caston there. But he moves past him and dishes it out to the baseline here. A three-pointer for Mohawk. Just off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded right with Redeemer. Brown moving fast up the court, goes inside. The layup is no good, and Mohawk comes down with the ball.
Nice catch.
Martin moving fast up the court. He dishes it outside to Malajan, who puts it up, but unfortunately can't come down with it. But Mohawk gets the offensive rebound.
Martin really showing us those handles.
Oh, great move there. Puts up the fadeaway shot, but it's rebounded by Redeemer. Green moving around with the ball. Kept it the whole time. He ends up moving back in around the free throw area. Off the glass, and it's good. Heavy lead already by the Royals here early in this game. Mohawk only scoring 2 points so far. We have an 8-2 lead, but the bucket is good for Mohawk.
Great shot by Graham.
Yeah, Malajan had a good basket there, had a great open look. That's caused by good ball movement. Lauren Casson deep inside. A great block by number 13, Cudjoe. And Graham back down at the other end after that, but a great defense by Redeemer. They managed to stop him at this point. Redeemer getting everyone's hands in on the ball. Half blocked by Cudjoe. Managed to come up with the ball. Dishes it out to Graham. All the way down to the baseline for Cudjoe, who puts up the three-pointer, and it's good. Woo! Three-pointer there, cutting that lead down to only 1 point now. Casson moving up the side. Going in deep, but excellent defense by the Mountaineers to stop them at this point. But they commit the foul underneath the basket, and Redeemer will make it to the line for 2 free throws. And the foul's going to go against Martin. Commits his first foul of the game. Just like our last game too, that rivalry, it's just getting pumped into us.
Absolutely.
And we can really see it when it comes to their record. When last year the Royals faced the Mountaineers, there was a 6-game winning streak. They shut out the Mountaineers the entire season. And it seems to come in streaks for both teams, because previous to that, Mohawk was on a 9-game winning streak. And that was when the turning point happened, and Redeemer ended up taking over that winning streak.
Wow. So what can you tell from this season moving forward?
Well, I mean, it's a little tough to tell early at this point, but I think as long as both teams can keep composure, moving through the game and not letting any kind of foul trouble get them into any kind of nasty messes late in the game, because you don't want to start losing key players at a key moment in a game when it really counts. We've got Morrison coming into the game, and he's moving towards it, and he dishes out to Kalura, who gets it up for the basket. Green moving in. Puts it out to Veselinovic. And then Green has it back again, puts it out to Laura Caston, and back to Green. Down low, underneath the basket, and there's one for Ledges. That's his first field goal of the game. Martin moving up the court. Fakes to the side and goes deep into the paint. Spin move down low, gets his own rebound and puts it in.
Jeez. That is great hustle. We'd love to see that.
He made that all happen on his own too.
Yep.
A wild layup attempt by the Royals. Ends up going south, and Mohawk comes down the other way with the ball. Puts up a three-pointer. Mohawk almost comes up with the offensive rebound, but can't pull it down. And it looks like we're going to have a turnover in Mohawk's zone here.
And we have 2 subs. It seems that number 12, Dorno, and number 14, Faisal Port, are going to be coming in.
Some early changes already in this game here, midway through the first quarter. Trying to keep all their guys fresh for later in the game.
Absolutely.
We have Graham moving down the court, gives it out to Cudjoe, who puts it up. Three-pointer no good, but it looks like it goes off Redeemer, and it will be Mohawk ball. Martin will be taking the inbound here. Can't find anyone. Time's dwindling down, and Cudjoe gets it finally underneath the net, puts it up, and he gets his own rebound and puts it in. His team is hustling for their points tonight.
Not letting up at all.
Nope. It's the way you got to win. You got to keep your foot on the gas here. Redeemer, a long dish on the opposite side of the court, underneath the basket. Lunches up with it, but it's no good, and Mohawk comes down with the rebound. We have Morrison coming up the lane, going deep under, and we have a carry. And now we're going to have a timeout for Redeemer.
Wow.
Oh my, what a start to this game.
Very explosive.
Everyone's moving back. just constantly going up, and there's been these crazy plays underneath the basket.
Absolutely.
Everyone's going in, working hard. Martin's working hard. Kojo's working hard. Both of them, each time getting their own rebounds.
Actually, let's talk about Kojo. What words do you have to say about him?
Well, you can see there, he's got his layups down pat. And another one, here we go. Lara Costin, his first time at the free throw line. They have to keep up that aggression down in the paint if they're going to come out with a win tonight.
Absolutely. Almost thought that the Redeemers were going to take this, I guess, the beginning of this first quarter, but it seems that
it's a tight game already.
It's a tight game, yeah.
Late in the first quarter, we have Mohawk leading just by 1 point. I know that the Royals will definitely try and keep their winning streak alive, winning their last 6 games against Mohawk. But being in Mohawk, at the D-Bark, in Mohawk's home crowd with everyone supporting them,
wow.
You can see that the crowd is already on the edge here, just waiting for this game to unfold. And
yeah.
There's going to be no shortage of excitement no matter how this unfolds tonight. We have a turnover in Mohawk's zone.
You cannot seem to stop Martin today. That
No.
explosive speed is something else.
He is all over the place tonight, it's for sure.
Oh, pardon me, Graham.
Graham and Martin, both of them are doing it.
Absolutely.
We have a large move into the paint. Squeaks through 2 Mohawk defenders. Ends up getting his own rebound. It looks like everyone's just hustling for their own rebounds tonight, which is good to see. It does make a winning team. We got Graham moving in. Ends up pulling back, dishing it out to Morrison. He dishes it back to Martin. Martin sent up a play at the top of the key. Surrounded by defenders, ends up finding a hole deep in the zone and puts the layup for 2.
Wow.
Great move by Martin again.
Great move by Martin into that paint.
Playmaking. He just finds those weak spots, finds the weak points in the Royals' defense and just exploits it. But right back at it, they put a 3-pointer down, end up getting the offensive rebound.
Wow.
And we have defense. I'm not sure.
And we have 2 subs coming in.
It's just out of bounds, and that will be Mohawk ball. Yep.
9 for
some hard work by Kojo and Martin in that first quarter, first part of that quarter there.
Yes, sir.
They do come out of the game, so whoever's coming in is going to have to fill some big shoes, I think.
Absolutely.
Currently, the lead's only at 1. That was some careless play by Graham there, losing a grip and also losing a shoe. He's out there with a sock on.
Sometimes when you just have to follow the energy.
Yeah.
Prioritize that over anything.
Oh, and we got a careless pass on the outside. That will be a turnover, and it will be Redeemer ball. And it does look like Graham has got his shoe back. Thankfully, we don't want him slipping out on the court.
Absolutely.
Don't want any injuries out here.
Absolutely.
So,
got to commend his focus for being able to throw that out and continue the game.
He really did. He focused on getting that shoe out of the court so no one would trip on it. And then focused on getting that shoe back while it was out of bounds. Tremendous focus.
Wow.
And an excellent move down underneath the basket, and Durno gets that. That's going to be Malagin, who almost gets his pass picked off. But Kalura has it and makes his move underneath the basket and gets another 2 points for Mohawk. A hard move towards the paint. Looks like we do have a foul on Graham here. Not a shooting foul. There was no active shooting in motion, and there was no penalty bonus at this point. Inbounding it to Fizelabor. So he gives it off to Brown. Down low underneath to Lenters. He puts it up but can't find it. But Redeemer ends up getting the offensive rebound and pulling it down. Graham with some fancy moves down underneath, but ends up dishing it back out to Kalura. Gets a nice pick. Ends up putting it down at the baseline. Three-pointers no good and pulled down by Redeemer. They're fast up the court. Going over to the side. Woo, heavy move, but a great block by number 10, Milagin at the side to keep that out. Graham down low, dishes it down to the baseline. Underneath the net, that's number 33, Delmage, that's fouled. Hard foul, but he manages to get up okay. And that foul is going to go against Veselinovic. For the third try, I get it right.
At least you did.
I did. I got to try. As hard as these guys are here tonight.
Absolutely.
They're putting in some effort. I think I should too. The first is down, and it's good. All right, the second one's in there, and it's good. Lara Costin over to Veselinovic, who gets it back over to Lara Costin. Back over to Veselinovic, who gets it down low. Lara Costin puts it up, but no call on the play. Seemed to be a lot of contact. Wiley dishes it out. A long three ball, and it's an air ball. Good attempt, but I think that might have been too wide of a shot to take at that point.
Absolutely. You still have to love the energy of the crowd, the energy just giving them that motivation to keep pushing forward.
They're into it, and it looks like we have fans from both sides at this point, too.
Absolutely.
We have a little bit of confusion with the clock here. I guess the Royals player didn't touch the ball, so they started the clock a bit early, but that's okay. We're resetting the play and going again. A nice slow roll here. Lara Costin's going to wait and pick it up. At the top, some tight defense by Mohawk here. Strong move down low, goes right to the basket, and it's good. Extending that lead to 3 points now late in the first quarter. And Graham moving forward. He really has seemed to emerge as the team's all-star in the first half of the season, averaging 22 points per game, and that's impressive.
Graham really...
And he's going deep.
Really showing us with those handles.
Yeah. And the buzzer, and it's no good, and that's the end of our first quarter here.
Wow.
As Redeemer leads the game 22-19 over the Mountaineers.
So
Once
what
again,
can we say about that?
It's just been a super fast-paced game.
Absolutely.
And both teams, they just seem to be relentless in this quarter. Everyone's just responding to each basket, going back and forth. You can see it here, just the emotion in the crowd, on the players, everyone's into it. First one here, number 5, Nick Green from Redeemer. He started out getting a few points right away, but Mohawk answered right away. Cudjoe with a great baseline three-pointer there.
Absolutely. And he's just been showing that raw power of physical strength.
Power and confidence, too.
Absolutely.
Both of those mixed together. He's going to be an extreme force, I think, in the end of this game here. And there we can see that shoe get tossed off to the side.
Absolutely.
It's a wild one, man.
You know, let's talk about Graham a little bit.
I think we should. Like, he has just been absolutely unbelievable. In the last game that he played against Lambton, he had a buzzer beater. And, you know, it's tough to kind of come back to a game after that energy because you don't know exactly how you're going to play. Like, are you going to be too confident with your shots? But he's proved that he is, you know, he's unfazed by what happened.
Absolutely.
He's coming back aggressive, and he's doing it.
And you would not even imagine that he's in his first year.
I know. A rookie coming out.
And showing us that speed, showing us that ability to shoot and finish.
He's proving his ground, and that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, hopefully Mohawk can end this first half on a strong note here. They are trailing by 3 points, but it is super early in this game. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
I mean, already an average of 21 points, 20.5 points per team here. Just in one quarter, it's like we're at an NBA game. I mean,
Well, that's sort of the energy we're hoping to see tonight.
I wonder who's going to be the halftime. Is it going to be Beyonce during the halftime show? Like, what's going to happen? Like, how big is this going to get?
Like, let's find out and see.
Man,
They should pull up, with a very surprise performance.
crazy. I'd like to clarify for all you viewers listening at home on YouTube, Beyonce will not be coming out. I know, it's an unfortunate thing, but it won't be happening. But now that we got the second quarter underway, we have Cudjoe getting the ball out to Martin, who is now back in the game. Who, like Graham, his speed and aggressiveness is going to get Mohawk far in this game. And down low for a dunk attempt by Malajin, but it ends up getting stuck by the rim. And Redeemer's fast back down the line. And some tight defense by Mohawk keeps that ball out of the net.
Yep.
Kalura up, finding Malajin down low, and this one can't find it. You just can't buy a basket right now.
Absolutely. Unfortunate. You see him trying to use his size, trying to use that momentum and, really push it in.
He is a big force out there. He's got to be strong underneath the basket, which he's doing, and I'm sure that only time will support. These baskets will start landing for him, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Cudjoe with another three-pointer and a beautiful baseline three-pointer for Cudjoe on the line. It's his second three-pointer of the game. Down on the baseline, tried to feed it through his legs, but it went nowhere. Mohawk hard up the line. Kalura puts it up. Gets stuffed by the rim, and they manage to keep it in bounds, but Redeemer is fast back up the other way, alone with Cudjoe. And we have some mishaps, and it does go off Mohawk, and it will be Redeemer ball.
Cudjoe just showing us that explosive gameplay.
He is explosive.
Absolutely. Just showing us that he is on the court, and he's here to make some plays.
Yep. Down low, coming back up top to Brown. Ends up going underneath the basket, dishes it out to Laura Costin, who puts it up, but Lenters just happens to be underneath the basket and puts it back up for the offensive rebound and the bucket. Well, look at Graham moving back down the court like a lightning bolt. And we have a foul on the court, and it's going to go to Foster Brown, his first of the game. Ends up finding Kalura at the other end there. Back down to Martin, who finds a lane, goes straight down to the basket, but is huddled by three Redeemer defensive players and is going right back down the other end. The pass almost leads to a turnover. Lara Costa ends up saving it, dishing it back out. And a great move underneath by Lara Costa to get the bucket. Further extending that lead for Redeemer. Nobody had an answer for Cudjoe that time. He moved quick.
He moved very quick.
Redeemer taking their time here this time. Oh, and Lenters ends up finding the ball again underneath the basket.
Cudjoe just stopping those shots.
Excellent, excellent move. See the intensity brewing in tonight's game.
Absolutely.
They want this, both teams. And we have a timeout on the floor for Mohawk.
Wow.
Yep.
You can see, Cudjoe has just been showing us that he is the playmaker of the game.
Cudjoe's on the offensive side. He's on the defensive side.
Absolutely.
He's up there. He's making his blocks, and he's also making his three-pointers.
Absolutely.
Very essential for a big man like that to make his to kind of stretch out the defense. Whenever that happens, you got a big dude on the outside putting up those shots, frees out the inside.
Yeah. And you just have to also adore the plays by Lara Costa.
Yeah.
He's just been showing us that he's been a valuable asset to the
He's been in there. He's made it to the line a couple times. You can see That was a lucky sort of pass that ended up making it down to Lenters.
Absolutely.
But
You
hey,
know-
whatever works.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta love those layups as well.
Whatever works.
Have to love those layups as well.
Every basket counts. So
Yeah.
right now we still have Redeemer leading the game 26-24. The lead has been cut down just by a point after the first quarter.
It's still anybody's game.
Still anyone's game. And as long as, you know, the passion, the intensity, it stays on both sides, we're going to see, you know, I'm sure that's going to carry over to the second half. I know we're still early in the second quarter here, but wow. Lara Costin's got the inbound there. He's looking for anyone open. Oh, can't find anyone, and it's picked off by Graham. Can't seem to find it, but Cudjoe stays with it. It ended up going off his fingertips out of bounds, and it will be Royals' ball. Foster Brown taking it in, double teamed, and gets the steal. Martin down low to Kalura, who can't make the layup. Just squeaks out. Brown coming back up the court, dishes it outside. That's a three-pointer there.
Wow.
By Nick Green. Excellent shot. Daniel Graham back up the court, and these layups are just not going in for Mohawk right now. Falling down to 5 points and a three-pointer. This could be a dagger, and it was. All the way from Waterdown.
Brilliant. Brilliant by Graham.
You gotta admire it. They're taking confidence in their shots.
Yes, sir.
Martin down low to Cudjoe.
Seems there was a foul again.
It looks like they had a
24.
foul to Pavlik. Adam Pavlik takes his first foul of the game. Had a little trouble defending Cudjoe that time. He is a big force.
He is a
And
big,
he's
big
quick.
force.
He can shoot. Look at this spin move by Cudjoe down low. Gets it back up to Martin. Martin with a three-pointer. Lenters comes up with the rebound. And they're fast back up the court. Lenters looking for someone, but ends up making his own move. And gets fouled in the process. And it goes to Martin. Costin taking it in on his own with an easy bucket, but it just managed to rattle out. Redeemer gets the offensive rebound, gets the bucket, gets the foul, and he will be going to the line to shoot one. They seem to be catching Mohawk flat-footed here in this first quarter.
Yeah.
Second quarter.
This is tremendous.
This game is moving so fast I forgot what quarter we were in.
But who can blame you? I mean, this is unprecedented lead that that the Royals seem to just be increasing and increasing.
It's true. It's true. The Royals, they're keeping that pace up. Currently leading by 11 points. Mohawk is going to have to. They've been looking a little flat-footed on defense that last couple possessions, so they have to make a couple stops, and it's going to take some down-low effort, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. Or who knows? You know, because it has to go back to some of the playmakers of the team.
Yep.
We're hoping to see more because we know that you know, Martin is a great playmaker in terms of his handles and passing. So we're looking to see more from him. Maybe just seeing how he could, you know, make some plays for the team and get something going.
And he had a great steal on the defensive end there when there was a double team. So as long as they stay fast but focused on defense, Cudjoe needs to be more of an effort there. He's a big man. He needs to get his presence more known on the defensive end. We've seen him on the offensive end making both shots and also getting to the rim.
But you know what? You got to give it to Green. You know, Green on the Redeemers, he's been just making those three-pointers work and, you know, making a play for himself.
And it's just it's a very highly competitive nature between these two teams based on their rivalry and the fact that this is Mohawk's first home game too.
Yes.
You know, they want to go into this, especially against their rival, with a win. They don't want to bring a loss to their home fans here at their home court at the D-Bar. They can't let that happen.
Absolutely.
So they're going to come out, hopefully out of this timeout, with a little more focus and a little just, you know, more focused whenever they're trying to get the ball around. Graham moving fast up the court, getting it down to Kalura, who puts up the teardrop shot, gets his own rebound, gets fouled down low, and he will head to the line for 2. Great work. And that's exactly what we were talking about. They needed to start moving the ball in the offensive zone.
Hopefully this could help build Kalura's mental. He's been, you know, he's a great shooter, but unfortunately we haven't been seeing a lot of shots from him today.
We do need to see more from him for sure. And his first of 2 free throws is good. And the second drops. And the Royals are back up the other side of the court. Nick Green moving it down, eventually getting it down low to Vanderpool, who dishes it out to Lara Costin. Oh, and great pressure by Mohawk to get this. An easy layup by Graham. That was an excellent defensive effort by Mohawk that time.
Again, just showing us a speed demon.
Speed, that's what it is. And as long as they can, it seems like Redeemer, if they take a little bit of pressure on the offensive zone, they can make these mistakes, and that's when these turnovers can start happening. And here's Kalura with a shot from the outside, but that one doesn't drop. Rebounded by Fizellapur. Grimm moves in, tries the overhand hook, but it doesn't drop. Graham's moving in, kicks it out to Cudjoe, who goes for the three-pointer, and it's just off the back. Malajan ended up getting boxed out for that rebound. Couldn't actually use his size, unfortunately, and pull that offensive rebound down.
And it seems like Malajan is going to be going out for...
Dolmage looks like he's coming in, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One big man for another coming in.
Yeah.
It's nice to have some size when it comes to the offensive and defensive rebounds. Number 20, Wiley, passes it out, but it ends up getting tipped out of bounds, but it will still be Mohawk ball. Cudjoe eventually ends up finding Graham on the outside, gets it back over to Cudjoe, almost loses it, but regains control. Heavy move down low, strong move. Gets his own rebound, and he gets fouled.
Kojo just showing us that he is a tornado under that bucket.
A tornado was the perfect example of what that was. Fast move right towards the bucket. He puts up the first one, comes up with his own rebound, and then puts up a second one, gets fouled, goes to the line. Makes a second. Which cuts down the lead to only 7 points. Oh, Redeemer, a careless turnover there late in the zone. Oh, Kalura draws the foul. Foster Brown with another foul. And Kalura will head to the line again. That was Brown's second foul of the game. Kalura must have overheard us when we were talking about him. I think we sparked something inside of him. He's got some passion going on whenever he drives to the bucket now.
Yeah, that explosive power.
Yep, makes his first one too. The second one unfortunately doesn't drop, and Redeemer comes up with the rebound. straight towards the basket. It's no good, and Mohawk gets the rebound. Wiley puts it over to Martin, or Graham, sorry. He puts it underneath to Dolmage, who gets the bucket up in a load of traffic.
Wow.
Redeemer's head coach here is calling up for some kind of a foul. Redeemer holding the ball, pacing themselves. They don't want to be taking any kind of careless turnovers here. With number 21, Vanderpool gets fouled, and he's going to the line for one. Great move there. And the conversion is no good, so Mohawk will regain. Oh, it looks like he was faking losing his footing there, Martin. Little tricky play by him.
He's a fast guy.
That was a new one. Kalura moving in, can't get the shot to drop, and Redeemer comes down with the rebound. Green coming up fast, tries to pass it out, and it looks like it's going to be Mohawk ball. Looks like Redeemer's pleading for a tip there, but the refs didn't seem to see it, or it didn't happen. One of those two. Martin's moving on up the court again, taking it slow. They really want to finish this quarter strong, being down 6 points. They have made up a bit of that lead that they had after the first quarter. Kojo down low. Dolmage can't hold on to it, and it goes out of bounds. Good feed, but could have been a bit hot at that point. Durno gets the ball. Deep lead. Ends up coming back down to number 22, Percy's, who gets the under the net basket. Kojo with the fake, dishes it out to Kalura. Gets it over to Martin, who fakes in, fakes back, and gets blocked. Heavy block by Kersey's. Doing it on the offensive and defensive zone. Coming right back with it, Vanderpool. And that lead that they called back, Mohawk ends up losing it right away. Veselinovic takes a foul here late in the quarter. A little bit of protest from it.
And it looks like we're going to be getting a sub for...
We have Malajan coming back in. Two big guys on the stage now. We got Malajan and Dolmage on at 1 point.
Let's see what the Mohawk team decides to do. And it seems that Kojo as well will be leaving with Graham coming back in.
And Kalura heads to the line for his third time this quarter. Makes his first basket.
Wow.
And Mohawk almost cuts the lead down, but can't. Just dribbles out. Redeemer's back at it the other way. Scary pass, but Lara Costin grabbles it up. Green moving around with it. Ends up dishing it out to Durno, who falls. Could have been some kind of a knee on the play, but it doesn't seem that either of the refs saw that one. A lot of protests coming from the Redeemer bench here. I think they saw what I saw too. Looked like there was a little bit of a knee that came out. Martin, big move towards the bucket. Just can't get it to drop, can they? And Redeemer right back down the other way with an easy bucket. Extending that lead. Well, that's Graham coming right back down with the shot. Green with the three-pointer. That's a heavy three-pointer at this stage in the game.
What can I say? Green is just making those magnificent shots.
He's making shots. He's getting to the line. He's getting rebounds. And it looks like we have Dolmich going to the line. And the foul's on Durno.
It just seems like the Mountaineers can't get the ball to stick into that net.
That first one doesn't go down, unfortunately.
Wow.
This lead now at 14. The Mohawks just going to have to try and chip away before this half ends. Oh, looked like a bit of goaltending there, but no call from the referees. Oh. We got a foul on number 22, Kersey's there. Graham moving the ball up the court. Looks like he's going to be going right to the rim, but dishes it out to Kahlua for the three-pointer, and he gets it. All the way from Oakville. Lara Costin. Dishing it around over to Durno. Durno puts it inside to Kersey's, who gives it right back out to Durno. Ball's touching everyone's hands tonight on Redeemer in this. Oh, and Redeemer answers right back with a three-pointer of their own. Some contact there, but no call by the refs. Some pressure here.
5 seconds on the clock.
Now we have Mohawk protesting calls, and the bucket will be no good. And that wraps up our first half with a score of 51-37 in favor of the Royals. And what a quarter did we have there. And man, Daniel Graham, he was all over the court that time. He, showing his grit on the offensive end, making offensive rebounds, just getting inside the heads of the Redeemer players.
But it just, again, it seems like the Mountaineers just struggled that second period, just getting the ball into the net. It seemed to just be always been dangling on
They're
the
just falling short, unfortunately. But I mean, there's still a bit of time. 14 points. It's not insurmountable. If that's a word. I think it might be.
Absolutely.
And here you can see, here's Martin just down low with some aggression.
Yes, but again, you still see those lovely plays from.
There's our shoot toss again.
Yeah. Again, Costa just proving that he can send the ball right in.
Joe knocking it down from the ends. But they've always been answering back with points.
Absolutely.
And that's why they've taken the lead in this game. In the first half, they're nothing short.
And honestly, at this point, it just seems like Green on the Redeemers just wants to respond to Kojo's just absolute dominance in terms of shots.
It's true.
He's just been hitting those 3 points left and right.
And Kojo is going to have to step up on the defensive end, though. He has been there offensively, but I think that's how Redeemer has been able to come back. And here we have Jordan Martin. He's been a key factor in this game so far for them, moving the ball, getting it to different players. He's also been taking it on his own accord, too, though, getting the ball to the basket and basically getting a lot of Mohawks points.
Absolutely. And you have to love the fact that he's a veteran. He's a fourth-year guard, and he is just looking to be that playmaker almost for the team. Making to get into the paint with the ball.
He's got those hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we move on to Daniel.
And in contrast to Martin, he's a rookie in his first year here with Mohawk. He's coming off a game where we mentioned earlier he had a buzzer beater against Lambton. It was just an insane start for Mohawk to have that kind of a game at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely.
And he's fast, he's out there, he's making his passes, and he's making some shots tonight. Unfortunately, not all of them have dropped, and that might be the reason why they're currently down 14. But
you know what? Again, you cannot but commend his speed.
Yes.
right? Moving into the paint, getting that ball right there, and just making some sort of play.
He's always in there.
He has been the catalyst for much of the points or much of the time.
Exactly.
That the team has been there. So we can just hope that he can keep maybe take it to the next level.
I think that's what's going to happen in this second half when we come back. Mohawk's going to have to find an answer for that offense that Redeemer was putting out in that first half.
Yeah, absolutely.
And next we have Kalura, who was all over the offensive zone. He was at the line multiple times in that first half. Some of his shots weren't going down, but he was definitely in there.
Yeah. You see, the thing about Kalura is that we know that he is an amazing shooter. That's his strong point. But unfortunately, he hasn't been showing that temperament this evening. And he's going to have to pick that up. He's going to have to show us that brilliant three-pointers that he is just so well known for.
Yeah.
We're just hoping that he can also, make some very reliable plays and, again, be the role that his team needs. He's a great player.
And next, Cudjoe, who's almost been the star of our broadcast for us. We've seen him on the offensive side. We've seen him on the defensive side. He knocked down three-pointers from either side of the baseline early in that game.
It has been such a pleasure to watch him. He is just so physically built. Just his ability to move from place to place has been, I guess, unsurmountable for the team.
Yep. 100%. When he makes those moves down in the zone, he has to use his speed. If he can utilize that speed and his size, he will make it to the basket. He will draw those fouls, and he will start putting the pressure on Redeemer, which is what needs to happen for them to turn this game around.
Absolutely, and you got to love that leadership. Being the one that kind of spearheads the plays, and being the one that, even though he's not making all those, or shouting out those calls, you can see that his movement just sets the tone and sets the pace for the team. And that's what we love to see. That's how you make that's how you make the game happen.
Certainly is.
Wow, this has been just a lovely ensemble by these Mountaineers. We're hoping to see more from each and every one of them. Kojo has obviously shown us that he is very capable, but let's see what.
And that does wrap up our first half there, and we will be heading into our halftime break. Thank you guys, and join us for the second half in just a few moments. Alrighty, thank you guys very much for joining us back here. The second half is almost underway, and that intensity has just been building throughout those first two quarters. What do you think?
You know what? The rivalry shows. I mean, we've been having tremendous plays from both teams, but again, one team has stood dominant.
Yeah, Redeemer has been dominant after that first half, so we'll see if Mohawk has an answer for this. They're going to have to up that intensity, I think, a little bit, but combine that with the focus to eliminate turnovers in the offensive zone and really continue to hold the ball.
Absolutely.
And right away, Redeemer coming hard out of the gate here. We got Brown making a strong move towards the paint. And just an excellent work by Kersey's there to come up with the offensive rebound, the second chance, and the bucket. Cudjoe made a strong move towards the net, put it off the glass, but it didn't end up dropping for him. Oh, fakes the three-pointer, goes down low, finds number 21 down there. Graham, the heavy move towards the basket and gets it. There we go. That's what Mohawk needs for the rest of this third quarter. If they're going to need, they got to make a dent in this score somehow. Brown with a strong move, but ends up getting blocked by Cudjoe.
Great block by Kojo.
Heavy. Using his size now on the defensive end. This is what he needs.
Absolutely.
This is what him and Mohawk needs for them to take this game. Still down by 14, but there's still room for improvement. Martin up top, gives it over to Kalura. Now down low for Cudjoe, who's going to start making his move. And it looks like we're going to have a foul against Redeemer here, and it's going to go against Vanderpool. 14 left on the clock, and Kojo nearly gives it away. And Kalura gets the ball at the other end, puts up the shot. Malajan gets that offensive rebound that they've been needing. And Kojo all alone down low, but just can't find the bottom of the basket. He's got his opportunities, but they just don't seem to be dropping for him yet.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the big man with a 3-ball all on his own out there. Another turnover, and Redeemer gathers the ball back. Laura Costin down low. Great defense there by Malajan to not draw the foul and just go straight up with the block. Some good defense shown here by the Mountaineers to start off the second half. And a quick shot. Kojo with the rebound. Getting it right up front to Martin, who gets it over to Kalura, who gets the basket. There it is. This is where Mohawk needs to get those to start dropping for them if they want to start to mount a comeback. Cutting it down to 12 points now. And now there's just a pile of Royals bodies underneath their own basket. And on the other end, Graham comes back with the basket, and that's an early timeout for Redeemer. And they're feeling the pressure. Mohawk came out to play in this second half.
Absolutely, absolutely. Seeing again, you know, we talked about it during halftime. This is exactly what Mohawk needs from Graham.
They do.
Just speeding into that basket, speeding into the paint, and throwing it in. Like,
if he can do that, sometimes he's going to get the basket and sometimes he won't. Sometimes he'll get the foul call. And that's where, you know, all these opportunities that he's creating will just further that offense for Mohawk.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I mean, this does call for a lot of energy.
It would, I know, and in a long game like this, who knows if it's going to cost a toll on his body by the end of it. But he, you know, he doesn't seem to care, you know. He's just he's a young guy out there. He is in his 4th year, or if that was Graham. Graham in his first year. My apologies. Graham in his first year. If he keeps that up and starts moving, he'll be good.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have to also love the comebacks, or I should say the blocks. Pardon me.
Yep.
By Melogeny.
Yeah, that was the foul earlier on.
Absolutely. He's just been showing us that he can actually put his size to use.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That's what he needs to do too. He needs to be that strong defensive force underneath the basket to just force mistakes on Redeemer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And out of the timeout, it's going to be a Redeemer ball. It'll be Vanderpool. Nope. Correction. It'll be Green bringing it in. And a deep pass down to their big man, Kersey's down at the other end and gets the easy bucket in. He looks a little bit upset that he didn't get the foul call there, but got the bucket anyway. Kojo down low, hard fought. Doesn't get it, and Redeemer's back up the other way with the ball. Laura Costin dishes it out to Brown, and it's up, but it's no good. Kersey's big man getting that offensive rebound, though. And another three-pointer attempt, but this one drops it for Green. That's 16 points already in this game for Green. Long 3-ball outside, and Mohawk answers back with their own 3-pointer from Graham. Down low in the rebound for Kojo. Oh, just sidesteps Laura Costin there. And Kalura making his own move down towards the basket, dishes it out to Graham. Kojo gonna drive to the net. Goes off of Redeemer. Right off the Royals' foot.
You know what? The Royals have really been keeping Mohawk at bay. Just making sure that, you know, they just don't get into the paint.
There was a lot of tight defense in that drive there, and that forced that mistake, and there's limited time left on the clock, so Mohawk's going to have to do something and do something quick here if they want to get a basket.
And looking like there was a sub-in with Veselinovic coming in and Foster Brown coming out.
Martin finding Kalura down at the other end. He's going to have to get it off soon. Puts it up and goes in. With limited time on the clock, they managed to pull it off.
Great drive in by the Royals.
Redeemer answers right back. Martin moving the ball along the outside. Keep it moving. Malodjan puts it up. Cudjoe in there with the offensive rebound, but unfortunately can't come down with it, and it's going to be the Royals' ball. Green moving it down court, moves it up to Veselinovic. Oh, great defense there by Cudjoe, but just can't complete the steal. Malodjan getting a hand in, disrupting that shot. Redeemer ends up coming up with it, and Kersey's with the easy bucket just beside the key. Martin dancing around his players, they give and go, but we have a back and forth there. That was a close call.
Looking like Malodjan will be stepping off the court.
Yeah, Malodjan's out and Delmage is in again.
Absolutely.
Back over to Larakasu for the play make. Ends up getting it over to Green. Limited time on the clock, and it's a turnover, and Mohawk's back up the other way with the ball. Kalura is going to put up the three-pointer. Just can't find it. But Graham comes down with the rebound. Martin makes a move, goes to the bucket. Strong move, but he's surrounded by Redeemer players.
Just unable to break through.
No, that was a wall. And especially when you've got the size of Kersey's in there too, it's going to be tough to get around him.
Absolutely.
And we have a steal by Martin. Got Cudjoe all the way down in the other end. Gonna try to put up the easy basket. Looked like there was tons of contact and nothing on the play.
We have 2 subs.
The lead's still at 14 points, exactly where we were at the beginning of this half here too.
Absolutely.
Veselinovic posting up for the shot at the top and drains a three-pointer. Graham slowly moving up over the court. Driving towards the key, pulls back, hands it out to Kalura. Tries to find Cudjoe down low, but it gets picked off. Kersey's down low, puts it out to Durno. Durno drives. Gets himself in traffic, and I think we've got a foul. And it's going to go against Morrison. And that will be Morrison's first foul of the game. Over to Kersey's, finding on the other side. Can't get it down. Kersey's again draws the foul, can't get the bucket. Kersey's with a great fake there to draw the defender.
Yeah. Kersey just making good use of his size, getting into the paint, totally putting the Mohawk team in disarray.
And when you put pressure on a defense like that, there's going to be mistakes that get made, and that's what happened. Dermage went up. Kersey's went up. Kersey's drew the foul with that shot. Can't make his second. And Mohawk comes up with the rebound. Kalura is moving fast down the other lane. Dancing by a ton of defenders and ends up making it to the basket for 2. Great move by Kalura there. Fast pace. Mohawk is going to need a stop here. Down by 16 here late in the 3rd quarter.
Five seconds on the shot clock.
And a 3-pointer that ends up being an air ball, and it's going to get turned over to the Mountaineers. Mohawk can make a late 3rd quarter run here. They'll leave themselves a better opportunity in that final quarter to come back.
Absolutely. Maybe what has to happen.
That 3-pointer just couldn't drop there for Graham, unfortunately. Green coming up on the court, giving it out to Durno, who gives it. Back to Durno again. And then that's Veselinovic who goes in for the drive. Graham taking it in all on his own, draws the foul, and he will head to the line for 2 free throws.
Hey, next set, run Kansas for Kansas.
And he makes the first one. And that's something the Mohawks just going to have to do a lot more of in the later half of this game if they want to come back at this. They have to start driving that ball to the net, start drawing those fouls so that they can get to the free throw line.
Absolutely, and we did say it. You know, this is exactly what we were hoping out of Graham. Just him, making those fast runs, running right into the paint, and hopefully catching that foul that he can use to bounce back.
He did, and he made that opportunity for himself. So he's moving. He's getting himself out there. An easy bucket for Pizzellapore there. Just further extending that lead to 18 points now. Cudjoe dishes it over to Martin. Martin's surrounded by defenders, but he ends up giving it out. Cudjoe, great move to the basket, and he gets the bucket for 2. Cudjoe that time using his size, getting himself right underneath the basket to give himself an easy layup.
Absolutely.
Just can't seem to get under that offensive rebound side. Redeemer's all over on the glass. Oh, and a crazy shot by Graham.
That was.
The crowd loved that one.
Absolutely.
Half of them getting on their feet.
You gotta love a playmaker.
Especially when it's our home guy too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and then we got a foul going on Martin here. It's going to be his 3rd foul of the game.
Wow. He does not seem to approve of that one.
He's going to protest, but unfortunately to no avail at this point.
Yes, sir.
That ref's word is final. Mohawk is going to need to find a stop here. Oh, the big man with a great move down low. Lenter's just shaking and baking, giving himself an easy layup for the 2. Kalura trying to answer back and does with a layup of his own. A quick answer, so all they need is a quick stop here. They really need to stop that relentless Redeemer offense that seems to be coming through.
Yes, sir.
Oh, great dish over to Durno, who can't find it. Cudjoe comes up with it. He's going to try and make it down. It looks like he's making a drive to the net, and he's all alone. And it's one. There we go. And the foul and one.
Coach just seems to always find that loophole.
He did. He knifed his way right through the defense there. Found himself straight to the basket and drew the foul, using his size to get right in.
Sir, yes, sir. See what Kojo was going to do.
That was a clutch free throw by Kojo there. The lead cut down to only 11 now. So Mohawk has managed to do it by the end of this third quarter here. Just make another stop, and if they get the chance, they can. Oh, that looked like a heavy move there by Brown. Turnover anyways, but it looked like an off. Oh, and then Mohawk gave it right back. Whew. All right, well, that 14-point lead that was there after that first half is now cut to 11, which is a bit of an improvement.
Absolutely, but you know what? It still does not change the fact that the Redeemers have a quite the lead on the Mohawk.
They do. They do. 11 points is going to be difficult to come back from.
Absolutely.
But the Royals, they can do it, you know. And as you can see here, Lara Costin moving in. He's making those plays, but the defense is also coming up with plays too.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's what we've been seeing from Kojo all the while, just trying to make that comeback. But
yep.
The Redeemers just constantly finding themselves in the paint, constantly making those 3 shots, or those 3-point shots, and constantly making use of the proper of their fouls.
And I think that's the difference between Mohawk and Redeemer tonight. Mohawks, they're getting their shots out there. They're putting them up, but Redeemer, it seems like the Royals shots just are landing for them.
Absolutely.
And just a little bit more often.
But you know what? We have to appreciate the fact that, again, you have players like 22 Kersey. Like, he is just using that size. He's using his ability to get into the paint and make those layups or make those blocks.
He was a big factor in that third quarter there for the Royals, and you know, if it wasn't for him, Mohawk could be even closer to cutting down this lead than they actually are now.
Absolutely.
But he stayed tough on defense. He stayed tough on offense. He was gathering up those offensive and defensive rebounds.
Absolutely.
He was all over the court.
You know what? But you have to show some love to some of the most, the talented players on the court on the Mohawk side.
Definitely.
Graham specifically has just been making those runs, making those plays, going right down into the paint.
He has been.
And again, Kojo just being the big guy that he is, and getting right in there.
He is that big dude out there. He's that big force that they need.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, he's the only big force that seems to be driving for Mohawk right now. Hopefully, we can see a little bit more from Alajin and Delbich in this fourth quarter. If they can make some good defensive stops, get those blocks out there without actually causing any fouls, Mohawk has a chance here.
Absolutely. You know what? And that's what we love about this game today.
Yeah.
It's period 4, and we still have no idea what direction it could go to.
It's true. It's true. Will Redeemer hold their momentum going into the final quarter, or can Mohawk find those shots and have them drop and turn it around? Martin's going to look to make something happen here. Tries to find Kojo down low, gets deflected but goes back to him, and Graham on the outside with a three-pointer, and it's good. All the way from Mississauga. Here we can hear, I don't know if you guys can hear up there, but we've got the Mohawk coach here riling up the defense to stay tight because they need to make stops. Kojo down low and a great block and a steal. Excellent turnover. And that's what needs to happen. They need to have these offensive rips and then a defensive stop right away. Veselinovic up top with it. Looking for somebody down low, ends up finding Brown, who ends up making a move towards the center. Kicks it back out. Oh, and Veselinovic with a three-pointer. Mohawk had that stop, but they couldn't answer back with one of their own and then got scored on.
Yeah, it seems that it's a play of the shooters. Just try and get those 3 points and build some good momentum.
Here's Graham on the outside. He brings it back out to Wiley. Tries to bring it in. Kicks it out to Kalura. And the shot clock goes off without the basket counting. Tough break for Mohawk that time.
slowly building into the game.
Lenter's trying to make a move down low, but gets stopped by Cudjoe. And he's moving fast, and he's got Martin beside him, who ends up getting it. Dishes it out to Graham. 4-3. Oh, and it just doesn't drop. And it looks like we're going to have a foul on the play. Okay, we got it out to Martin after everything gets settled there. Martin finds Cudjoe, top of the key, makes a break for the middle, draws the foul and gets it. And he will head to the line for one. And that will cut that lead by Redeemer down to only 9. But we do have a player down on the court right now. It looks like it's Vasilipur.
Cudjoe just using that mammoth size.
That was beastly. He came in there hot, and unfortunately, you know, Vasilipur, he stood in his way, and there was nothing stopping him from getting to that basket.
Absolutely.
We hope he's okay on the floor.
What, and Cudjoe was just the disrespect going in.
And it looks like we have a technical foul on the floor. And it's going to go to Veselinovic.
Now we see both teams just trying to find their footing.
A lot of chaos happening right now. We still have Vasilipur that's down on the floor. We got a technical foul that went against Veselinovic. Something behind the play that we didn't even really see or hear.
And, you know, Vasilipur he's the big player for the team. His size, his ability to shoot, his plays have just been really solid this game.
Absolutely, yep. And, you know, it's going to be tough if he's not going to be able to continue the rest of this game here.
Absolutely. Yes.
And look, you can see here that foul, and yeah, Cudjoe just coming in hot.
Yeah. You just can't. You can't get in the way of a truck.
No.
You just can't do it.
No, it's that saying with the unstoppable force and somebody getting in the way of it. I think that's how it goes.
Absolutely.
And it looks like Vasilipur's up. He's getting some help from his teammates to head back to the bench.
Absolutely. You just have to love that sense of camaraderie, that sense of, you know, just
support. Support from the guys.
Absolutely. And you have
And after all that, Graham makes his first free throw.
And we have a halt. Seems that some issues getting Vasilipur off the court, but he seems like he's gonna make it.
Yeah, it's a lot of pain with an injury like that.
Absolutely.
It's unfortunate.
No, I know, but if you want to wait, we'll wait.
Alrighty. Seems we are good now, and we're moving towards the second shot.
He might get, yeah, okay, one shot, because there was the technical foul. He got that earlier. All right, and Redeemer comes up with the rebound. And they're moving fast back up the other end of the zone. Brown, strong move to the middle, and Cudjoe comes up with the rebound. A lot of contact, but no call. Graham moving in, Dishes it out. Fakes the shot, and now out to Kalura. Oh, all alone underneath the basket is Wiley.
Wow.
Cutting that lead down to 6 points now with 7.5 minutes left to go in the game. And it looks like it's going to be against Wiley.
Not too excited there.
Yeah, he might have. That was just a very clutch play. Comes back at the other side of the court, and unfortunate foul. But no shots, no penalty.
It seems that Kojo would be replaced by
Graham almost picks it off there.
Jan.
Down low for Kersey's, who ends up taking it, but dishes it back out to Brown. Oh, and a huge basket off the glass for Kersey's. Mohawk needs to answer back. We got a fake out by Wiley again. He tries to make it, but it looks like it went off of Redeemer there, so Mohawk will regain the ball. We got Martin coming up. Gets it out to Malagin. Three-pointer there falls short for Martin. Just can't seem to find it. And we got a turnover here. This might be what Mohawk needs to gain back some momentum.
Absolutely. It's unfortunate that Foster Brown could not hold on to the ball.
No. Just slipped out. So now we got Graham coming back. Graham kicks it out to Kalura. Starting to make it. Tries to go in front, but there's a lot of tall people out. Oh, just can't get it to go, and it's going to be Redeemer ball. And Redeemer answers back with a basket. Graham coming up fast. Martin shaking, Bacon makes his way in and gets the two. Huge move by Martin. Keeping him in this game. A long three ball by Green and almost gobbled up by Brown. And apparently it went off Mohawk, but a lot of protests coming from the court there.
And it looks like Kojo will be coming back in.
Yep. You got the big force coming back in. 14 seconds left on the clock here in this drive. Oh, close one there by Brown. Graham moving close to the basket. Oh, and he draws the foul and gets the basket too. Huge move.
Wow.
Danny Graham making it happen.
Just, you can't stop this train.
Well,
you just can't stop it.
He's like a giant metal wheel rolling down a very steep hill. There's nothing stopping that.
Look at the crowd go wild.
Yeah, the crowd loves him. Fan favorite here, that rookie. Continues to get big cheers anytime something big happens with him. Let's see if they can make a big stop here. They're only down by 5 now, halfway through this fourth quarter. Kojo tries to come up with it, but just can't keep the fingertips on it, and Redeemer will stick with the ball. Inbound, Green's all alone on the outside, fakes it and moves in. Can't make the basket. The Redeemer comes up with the rebound. Another offensive rebound for him. Mohawk has to be better on these rebounds. Oh, we have him all alone for a three-pointer on the baseline, but it doesn't drop. Kersey's coming in hot with the rebound, and that's it. They got to keep him off the glass. They need to keep pressure on Kersey's, or he's just going to continue to do it.
And he's just showing us what he does. What he does best is just going for those rebounds.
Using his size to get in there. And Kalura all alone, waltzing his way to underneath the basket. Brown tries to feed it inside, but that's going to be a turnover, and it's Mohawk ball. Graham, Willie tried to move in fast again, or is he going to pull up? He pulls up for the shot, tries to draw the foul, but it's no good. Oh, and it's going to be Mohawk ball. Excellent hustle.
You know, Mohawk is making a serious comeback.
They're doing it. I mean, 5 points, it's not out of reach.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because we were looking at 11 after that third quarter. And we got a timeout for Mohawk. Woo, woo. Eventful, to say the least.
Absolutely. What do you think about what do you think about the way the Mohawk has been carrying themselves thus far?
In this fourth quarter, they definitely stepped it up like they needed to. You know, they had to make those defensive stops, and it's just with a lot of pressure. You can see here, you know, Danny Green just making that happen, and Cudjoe moving it all the way up, finding it himself right underneath the basket.
You know what? And this has been just, you know, Mohawk's game. They had, simply put, they have just been in control. They have been, you know, going for those threes. I feel like we're seeing a new set of energy from Graham, from Kojo, from Martin especially.
Yeah, they're coming in hot in this fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
They're going to need to keep that intensity up after this timeout, sort of regroup, settle down, focus up. I can see them coming back in this game, but you know, it's not like Redeemer's not going to put up a fight. They're going to do their best to make sure that doesn't happen and continue that 9-game winning streak that they've had going into tonight's game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? We are seeing a resurgence of Kersey's. Kersey's has been a dominant force on this court.
He has been.
And unfortunately, he was not on for the time that you know, the Mohawks were making their plays. But
yes,
who knows where this might go this evening?
It's true. And Kalura tosses it outside to Malajan. Malajan gives it up to Graham, who's going to make his way inside, who puts it out to Kalura, who needs this shot. Oh, just doesn't drop for him, but Mohawk gets the offensive rebound. Martin holding the ball, puts up a shot. It looks like that foul might go against Cudjoe. Mohawk will need a defensive stop here. Keep that pressure on him. Curtsies is wide open down on the other end. Can he find him? No. Cudjoe comes up with the steal.
Wow.
Martin coming back. And we have a foul, and it looks like it's going to go against Redeemer. Number 5, it's going to go against Green. Looks like it's Green's second foul, and that's going to send Martin to the free throw line. Crucial foul here late in the game. Martin needed it, and he got it. And what was once a 14-point lead in this game has now been cut down to 4. And has now been cut down to 3. Currently a one-possession game with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. It is anyone's game at this point.
It is anyone's game. We said it in the beginning of the period, and here we are right now.
Here we are. Brown moving it out, dishes it off to Green, who moves inside. Brown gets it back out. Oh, and a heavy block by Malajan. That's where we need that big guy to come in.
Absolutely.
Using that size and length to come in. Now we got Kalura slowing the pace down. Cudjoe with a big move. Tries to find Malajan, but just can't. Green moving it down the court. Off to Brown, who makes the three-pointer from the baseline. The lead is now up to 6. Mohawk's going to need another score and another stop after this. They need to answer back if they want a chance to be in this game. And they have Kalura down on his own, and he gets fouled. And that will send him to the line. And that's going to go against Laura Costin there. Kalura up for his first free throw. This one's going to need to drop, and it does. Showing his excellent shooting skills and clutch in high-pressure situations.
Absolutely.
Second one doesn't drop. Martin almost comes up with the rebound, but Kersey's the big man comes up with it instead. This is Green moving down court. Kersey's open in the middle, but ends up going with Laura Costin on the other side, who's driving, but Malajan's deep in the middle. And it looks like we're going to have a turnover, and Mohawk's going to gather it up. Danny Graham's coming back up the court, and he's moving quick. And he draws a foul. And it looks like it's going to go to Laura Costin there. Just 2.5 minutes to go in this game, and Mohawk is down by 5 points. A lot of pressure in free throws like this.
Absolutely. Graham is going to be looking to make this shot.
Now, being in his rookie season, do you think he has it in him to make these shots at this time of game?
Absolutely. I mean, he's been showing a tremendous amount of calm and poise when it comes to... Unfortunately, he's not able to hit that shot.
I do agree with you, though. I think that his performance tonight, it backs up the claim that he's got it in him to make these pressure shots when it counts.
You know what? Regardless of anything, he's been an abundant playmaker, and there you go.
Definitely. And he makes that shot and makes it count. And Mohawk does end up scraping down that lead by just a little more. We got Green all alone on the other side. He finds Kersey's up top. Kersey's getting it out to Veselinovic. Dances around. Finds Laura Costin there. Makes a move inside. Knifing through defenders, somehow drawing a foul. And it's going to go to Kalura. And that's actually his first foul of the game, too. Mohawk coach currently protesting that it wasn't a foul. Laura Costin with the first, and it's good. That leads back up to 5. And now 6. Time's running out for Mohawk. They're going to need to do something and do something fast. Martin makes a big move towards the inside. Knifing inside, it makes the bucket. Tried to draw a foul, but doesn't end up getting a call. Mohawk will need a stop here. Green setting it up on top, gives it up to Kersey's, who gives it back to Green. Veselinovic making his way in. A high shot, doesn't go in. But Redeemer on the offensive rebound. Laura Costin comes in and a huge block by Malajan. Oh, can't make the second one. Just a great shot.
Redeemer's just responding to every attack.
Yep, there's an answer for every Mohawk basket. Kalura with the huge three-pointer, but it doesn't go. Kojo with a rebound, faked out, and he gets it down low. Mohawk with their own answer. Minute 13 left. They're gonna need a stop here, but get an unfortunate foul. Daniel Green takes a foul. We got more protests from the Mohawk coach again. Ref's currently taking offense to that.
Unfortunately, Green not making his first shot. Not making the second either.
All right, Mohawk's back up with it now. Kalura's got it on the other end, gives it to Kojo. Making a strong move on the inside, trying to draw a foul, puts it up, but no call. And a hard foul there by Green. Redeemer can't extend their lead. Small glimmer of hope here for Mohawk, just trailing by 4 right now. If they can catch a quick rebound and bring it back down on the other side of the court, it'll work. Down by 5. Mohawk getting it in fast. Danny Green's going to be moving quick. Martin moves in, gets it off to Cudjoe, and it's a quick basket. 52 left on the clock. Only down by 3. They won't need to foul here in this situation, as there is time left on the shot clock and the game clock.
45 seconds on the clock.
And a shot there, and a rebound by Cudjoe, and he's going back up the other end. Mohawk has a chance here. Dishes it out. Kalura with the three-pointer to tie the game. Just misses, but Cudjoe comes up almost with the rebound, and they get it. But we have a kick ball, and it's going to be Mohawk ball still. The crowd is going bananas.
And it's looking like a timeout for...
And we have timeout Mohawk.
Mohawk, yes.
Alrighty.
Seeing those... Man, you saw that aggressive play at the end right there.
Just
that was
crazy.
That was just crazy. And
everyone's blood is pumping right now.
Absolutely, and it just goes to show. Martin wanted bad. And that's just the end, I guess, the entire narrative for Mohawk as a whole.
Yep. Intensity, passion, they're doing it tonight.
Absolutely.
And you know what? 3 points is not unfeasible. They can definitely come back and do this.
Absolutely. You know what? Funny enough, Graham has been known to be that buzzer beater.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe he could pull off some magic today.
He could. It's true. Could be called upon for his second buzzer beater win or tie. We'll see. We'll see what kind of a situation comes up at that time of the game.
You know, Mohawk just looking to make some amazing plays happen tonight. Everything's gonna just be on these players, and I can't imagine the amount of pressure that they must be feeling right now.
It is a lot of pressure, especially being here in your home opener game, in front of your home crowd, in front of your home fans.
Yeah.
Everyone's here.
Everyone's looking towards you.
Yeah. And right now we're just waiting on whether or not Mohawk has the answer for these fans that they're waiting for.
Absolutely. Kojo has just been a beast, and he is looking to make that.
Beasley. He's making things happen on the offensive side of the court.
If they score, I'm going to type one. Hey, whoa. They get that option?
Got a little confusion on the ball spot here on the court. Milagin inbounding here. Oh, tries to find Cudjoe, but it gets picked off by Veselinovic. Oh, and then it's picked off again. A lot of things happening in these last 3 seconds here.
Two shots for Calera.
Yeah. Clutch moments here for him. And despite the Redeemer crowd distraction, Calera pulls through.
He makes the second timeout.
And this next basket can put them within 1 point. and it's in. Mohawk has slashed that deficit to now only 1 point, when at one point in this game it was at 14.
This is incredible.
Mind-blowing, isn't it?
We have 16 seconds on the clock. The longest 16 seconds we're ever going to have.
It's going to be a long 16 seconds for everyone involved here.
Absolutely.
All the fans, all their blood pressure is boiling. Mine's boiling. I haven't sat down in the last 5 minutes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And who can blame you?
I don't know, man.
We have 1 point.
It's 2 tight games in a row here. I can't handle this.
You know what? And Calera has just been at least showing us that hit shooting percentage from the free throw. I do not believe he's missed a single shot from the free throw line.
He's come in hot. He has come in hot for sure. He's doing it. He's making those opportunities, getting himself in and around the ball to make mistakes by Redeemer.
Absolutely. You know what? The Redeemers are just looking to slow down the pace of this game, maybe just grab a hold of that ball. And once they do, that could be the end of Mohawk. And we are going to the final seconds of this game. Both teams seem to be ready on the court. And only
All right, I'm finally going to take a seat here and just relax for this last part of the game.
You might have to stand up again.
At some point, maybe, but right now I want to take it all in. We got Redeemer coming in here. Laura Costin inbounds into Kersey's. Cudjoe's all over him. And he draws the foul. That will give Kersey's 2 shots, but after that it will give Mohawk the possession to eventually, potentially tie this game up. Could be Calera.
It is. Man. Yeah, it is anyone's game at this point.
It's Calera or Graham who ends up getting the ball after this.
Kersey's up for the shot.
Yep.
A lot of energy coming from.
Up by 1, the Royals. Makes his first one, and through all the pressure from the crowd, he makes it. And he misses the second one, but Redeemer comes up with the ball, and they get the possession too. Devastating. Mohawk's going to have to stay tight on him here on defense. Lara Costa with the ball. Inbounds, ends up finding Veselinovic. Lara Costa gets fouled, and he will head to the line.
Things are not looking good for Mohawk.
Opportunities are starting to dwindle for them.
Absolutely.
Lara Costa up for his first one. He makes it. Now, if he misses this second one, Mohawk's going to have to be all over this ball, and they're going to have to shut out Kersey's, who will be down low. And that's a 2-possession game there, 4-point lead. We got a timeout taken by Mohawk. 12 seconds left to go.
As I've said, we are at the longest 10 seconds you've ever seen. And it just seems like, you know, things are, we don't know which way the pendulum's going to swing. It looks like, you know, Mohawk is trying to put in that pressure, trying to put in that advantage, trying to take advantage of those plays, going in for the kill.
They are, but they're just falling short right now. And Redeemer, they're up.
Absolutely.
The Royals, they're taking advantage of all these opportunities that they're getting, all these hard-fought plays here.
Absolutely.
Cudjoe making plays down low as always, being that force.
It just, yeah. And there we go. We see Martin struggling for that ball. Mohawk is just trying their best to push in and make plays for themselves, but unfortunately, it just seems like the Redeemer has the upper hand. But at this point, it just seems like it's anyone's game because we don't know where anyone's going to be heading to next.
All right, we're out of the timeout here. Leading back is Mohawk ball. It looks like Cudjoe will be inbounding it. He's going to be looking for. Looks like he found Martin on the inside. Makes a strong move down low, but it doesn't go. 7 left to go, and Melodjin commits the foul. .1 seconds left to go, and there's a 4-point lead. Really not looking good at this point.
Absolutely. So unfortunate. And you have a shooter like Lara Koss. He's been holding it down.
He's steady.
Very steady, so.
But this is that one.
This is that shot.
Every time we go to comment on something, it seems like everything that happens contradicts it.
You know what? It's what's known as the commentator's curse.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think that might be it. We'll go with that one. He makes the second one. Getting it in quick. And it looks like that's going to be the end. And Redeemer takes this game, extending their winning streak to now 10 games against Mohawk.
This was quite the intense game. We've seen a lot of solid plays from both teams, but the Redeemers just constantly pulling ahead and giving themselves the proper lead, just constantly holding down the fort. You had tremendous plays by Chris. He just seemed to be, holding down that defense, using his size, pushing forward.
He absolutely was on top of it all game.
Now we're moving over to the replays. All right, we can see some tremendous plays by.
Testing the mic. Anyone can hear me here?
Again, Kersey's just being the man of the hour.
Are we good?
But again,
they can hear me? Just give me a cue when we're going in. We're almost there. College production shit takes a while.
And very shortly here, we're going to be having an interview with Kersey's by our man, Jason. It's quite unfortunate. I'm just going to comment on Graham's plays throughout the game. Graham has been such a powerful force. He is one of the leading forces, actually, in points this game. Dropping a solid 20 points, but unfortunately just not being able to pull ahead, especially for Kersey's, who just seems to be holding down him with his size. It seems to be a game of size versus speed, but unfortunately, size seems to have won. But as I've said, we're going to be speaking with him very shortly and hopefully getting his perspective on the game. Now moving over to Jason.
Alrighty, thanks guys. Here we are after the game, and that was just a fantastic match for the rivalry Mohawk against Redeemer. I'm joined here with Spencer Kersey's, who had an outstanding game for Redeemer, and we're just going to ask him a couple questions. So, what do you attribute your win tonight against Mohawk?
I think our willingness to fight. Obviously, we had like a bit of a lead going into the second half, and they clawed back. And give them credit, they're a good team. But yeah, I think we just we just stayed fighting, and that's I think what got us the win.
Excellent. Yeah, it definitely was a big back and forth game. And now you've been a Redeemer legend for a long time now, going on your 5th year. Do you see yourself returning to the Royals next year?
Oh, I definitely wouldn't call myself a legend, but yeah, if the coaching staff has room for me, I'd love to help out some of the young guys. Yeah, I try to give as much knowledge as I could to them and help them to become the best basketball players they can be.
Almost act as a mentor for these guys too. It's a good thing. So now, after this win tonight, what do you have planned to keep up the winning energy on your team into the rest of the season?
I think the way we grinded out this game really shows that we can fight. Coming off a big win against Humber, that was big for us. Another big win against a gritty Mohawk team. I think we just got to stay focused and keep on grinding, and hopefully good things happen to us.
Excellent. Well, that was Spencer Kersey, who had an excellent game against Mohawk tonight. Thank you very much, and have a great night.